Hi everyone, my name's Electric Donkey and welcome back to another GameMaker tutorial. So today we are back on NPC tutorial and I think it's number 10 now. And today we're going to be fully starting off the items NPC. And before we start, I'd like to mention something. I've put in the inventory that we used, if you remember, in... I think it was just a separate video where it was Heartbeast's one and I made it drag and drop. So I've put that on, that's in there. If you want to check that out, I'll leave some links in the description or something that you can go and quite easily go and check out. So there'll be one for Heartbeast and one for my drag and drop edition. And if we run this now, I'll just show you what it looks like in the actual game, because it doesn't exactly fit where it is. But the idea is because it's drag and drop, we'll be able to drag those items into a little box that the NPC provides, and then that will sell them. So that's how this is going to work. So also, if you remember in the last one, we did do the NPC, we made the second NPC, but if you remember when we clicked Q or E, I think they both came up at once. So here you can see we've got the inventory. If we press I and O, we get some extra items. And we can drag them around. They're a bit small, but for the minute that doesn't matter. We're just going to leave that like that. Okay, so I'll just give you a minute just to go and check those links out if you haven't already. Okay, so now you've gone and added that into your game, hopefully. If you haven't, oh well. It won't work, basically. So now we need to go into our selling NPC. And we need to make some of these a bit different. So instead of, if we have it somewhere, we will have it somewhere. I think it might be in the drawer actually. If we go into the selling, drawer. Instead of actually having the NPC mode, we'll have a selling mode. So we'll have two variables, one for your normal NPC and one for your selling NPC. So this isn't incredibly efficient, but it will do. Also now I think we need to go to the player and the create event, because here. So let's just copy this and we'll change it to the selling NPC dialog to start closed. So this is global.selling mode. So now I believe if we go and run this, it should just open up the selling NPCs one when we click Q or E, can't remember which. And hopefully that will work. So let's just see in a minute if it is going to work. Right, so if we now press Q, no it's not Q, it's E, that's it, E. So now we've got the NPC. I'm not quite sure if that is the right NPC or not though, we'll have to go and have a check. Okay, so somewhere they're now both doing the same thing, so they might actually both be the same, that might be the issue. So let's just go and check that in the rooms really quickly. We might have accidentally put them both as the NPCs. Don't want that. Now that is definitely the selling NPC. So somewhere in the selling NPC code, something isn't quite going right. When we press E, what actually happens? I think that's probably what we need to go and have a look really quickly, because it's just occurred to me that maybe when we click E, here we go. So it's setting the NPC mode to true. So forget all this. I think we did this in the last video, but actually what we need to do is just go and cut this all out, to be honest. But first we'll just copy that because we will use it down here. So now we can, if we just paste this down here really quickly, and now let's just copy all this down to here. So this is going to see if the selling NPC is within the required distance. Now we can copy and remove this, and we can remove this bit and paste that in. So now this is instead of, oh, that's not right, object NPC, is it selling NPC? Yep. So we just need to change these really quickly. So now this will check if the selling NPC is within distance, if the interact key, and if it changes to selling mode equals false, global.selling mode equals true, global.selling mode equals false. And down here as well, if we move out of his range, that needs to be selling mode. So now if we go and give this a go, it should work in theory. I'm not sure, but we'll have to give this a go. Only one way to find out, I guess. So let's see how this goes. Fingers crossed. So there we go, and kind of. I'm not sure if that's my mistake earlier on actually, because I might have. Let's just check they do change when I go to this one. Yeah, so that box there is present, so we probably need to go and check that out. It's probably the drawing. We've probably just not done the drawing quite right. So let's just go and have a look at these. No, actually, we did do that right. I told we did. Yeah, we did that right. But actually, what we need to do here is make this false, because we want it to be a solid thing. And actually, if we copy this here, and then let's do draw set alpha 1, and then let's draw another rectangle, but this one will be just the outline. So now this will create a nice box with an outline around it. So now if we go and check this out, whoops, pressed the wrong one there. Don't debug. No. Run that. So now what it should do is it should have a nice little box ready to drop the items in. And because we've drawn that box out, we know the dimensions of that box. We can then just go and say in the inventory, when released, if it's released over this little box, we want to sell it. And then also the buttons underneath, I'll show you here. Yeah, we've got a nice little box here, although the enemies, NPCs, seem to be above the box, which isn't quite right. Yeah, we'll have these as selling your items that you've dropped into here, and this to cancel. So we'll do that later on, but for the time being, let's just sort out some of these things. So we don't want the enemies and enemies? Why do I keep saying enemies? NPCs and the player above the text box, and we really don't want the quest system showing when we've got the inventory, when we've got the quest. I can't speak today, guys. No, I mean the text box open. We don't want the quest system there. It doesn't need to be there. It's kind of, well, it's unprofessional. Also, we probably want to move that a little bit over there. So let's just go and solve these as quickly as we can. So first off, we want the object quest. We actually want let's make the NPC depth -10. The object NPC depth -10. And the player depth -10. Actually -20. So now if we run, that should solve the people being above the text box issue. The issue about the inventory where it is, We can solve that really quickly. I'll try and do that in this episode. But the quest system appearing will probably take a bit longer, so I might go and do that in the next one, along with the dragging of items in. So no, that doesn't seem to have done anything. Oh well, we'll leave that for the time being. Actually, let's just go in really quickly now, just sort out this inventory. So we want it kind of along, but not too far along. So let's have it. Let's check our room. Actually, that'll be a pretty good reference. So we want it kind of here, top corner. So that's 480, 32. So if we go to the X, so we want 480. And the Y we want 32. And we also need to go into the object inventory, the draw GY. It's been a bit longer, this one. This needs to be 480. And this needs to be 32. Okay, so now if we run it, the inventory should be in a little bit of a more convenient place, hopefully. That will be a lot easier now to drag the items into the box. So let's just go and check this out really quickly. If it's worked, fine. If it hasn't worked, we'll have to go into the next video now because we're starting to overrun here. But let's just see. It probably should have worked. Yep, it's worked perfectly. If we click E, now we can easily drag stuff from here. You know, if I just add some items really quickly, I can easily just drag these in to here. Apparently though, it doesn't like that. That would be too easy. Oh, there we go. I think it might just be having a bit of a slow day today on my laptop. But that is working. That is appearing to work quite okay. So, for the time being, guys, that is going to be it. In the next video, we will go over basically what I've said, which is sorting out where the inventory is, sorting out where how the NPCs are on the screen as opposed to the text box, and removing the quest system, and also maybe we'll touch on actually dragging the items in and selling them. So for now, that will be it. Check out the next video when it comes out next Monday. That's it. But for now, that'll be it. Remember to like, subscribe, or just carry on watching my videos, and I will talk to you later.